And we're going to hear all the ceremonies that come up here in just a minute. But it is Bennett Thompson getting ready to sign his letter of intent to play at the University of Oregon. We're grateful for the chance to broadcast this event here for Table Rock Sports and for all the people out there in the Southwest Conference and the OSAA. They want to share this event. He's sitting there waiting for all the people to take their seats. A crowd starting to gather here, family and friends. In order to sign with a Pac-12 school out of high school, you need to be a special talent on the field. Physical stats and accolades to date for themselves that speak for him. He has a 4.0 GPA, and his attention to detail on and off the field is evident. You know what sets him apart is the demands excellence from himself, and which he gives to his teammates as well, and it also helps them to do the same. And it doesn't matter how hard the task is. He's at it today, and he's one of the best players in Southern Oregon, and one of the best players in the state as well. And he wants to maximize his potential day in and day out, and relentless, and he's consistent, and that's what's made him a great player at South Medford with the Medford Mustangs and all the travel camps and everything. And he, being around a lot of people who are in the game, the D1s and all of that, Bennett stands up with all of them. And he's there. He can pitch, he can catch, he can hit, he can play outfield, and he brings a lot to the thing. The thing he brings the most, I think, is his character. He leads by example. He does things the right way, and he doesn't cut corners. Ever since I've known him, since he was a high school kid, and early days into the youth baseball, he's been a good kid, a hard worker, and whether he's catching in the bullpen, playing in a state playoff game, it's the same. And right now, it's going to be all devoted to U of O. And everybody here is looking forward to him and what he's going to do. Coach is getting ready to go, so we're going to get them ready and let them take over. There it is. Okay, so we got the mic ready to go. And it is 5 o'clock. He's like, all right, let's go. Yeah. Sitting out here, I mean, you're pretty special because you're sitting at a table with a couple baseballs on it, they light up Harry and David Field. Just you, by yourself, sitting out here on the baseball field. But, as we said, he's quite the character. He's been some exciting games, both with the South Medford Panthers and with the Medford Mustangs. And looking forward to see him play now with the Oregon Ducks. He's already got his duck hat and duck polo shirt. I'm sure he's got all the swag. And, they've sent him probably boxes of swag now that he's officially signing. Unfortunately, nobody from the University of Oregon can be here today legally because of recruiting laws. There's no contact during the recruiting period and all that kind of stuff, so they can't be here, but I'm sure they'll be watching online on Table Rock Sports, so we welcome those folks of you who are Oregon Duck fans along the way, who are checking it out. But, we're getting ready. I think they're letting the last few people come in and take their seats as we're getting everybody sitting around, joining in. Yeah, you're good. Tom wants to go in and take some pictures. You guys recognize Tom there from South Medford games for years and years. Caleb probably knows him from years and years, taking pictures in the gyms and on the football field, and Tom's been around forever. So he's coming in to get some close-ups there and get it all taken care of. So you'll see some pictures on Facebook from him coming up. But again, I mean, is it just not hard enough being a 4.0 student? But then you got to be also a good enough kid to get drafted by a D1 school like Oregon. I mean, I wonder what this guy, we'll ask him. We'll talk to him afterward. We'll ask him, you're like, so when you're not being a 4.0 student and when you're not being a D1 athlete, what do you just do for fun? A lot of athletes like playing video games because they can just escape reality. Yeah, it's like you see all these, and NFL guys too. You see NFL guys now on Twitch and all that stuff. They're doing Madden and they're doing all this stuff. So we'll have to wait and see. But Table Rock Sports is here for you. We still have stuff going on. We broadcast a couple things. We did the Baseball Northwest tournament that took place here at U.S. Cellular Field and at Harry and David Field. That was a great run tournament, very exciting action. We had 3 or 4 baseball fields, all going with games, 5 games a day for 2-3 days. Then we did the softball.
Good evening, everyone.
Here's Coach.
Coming out and celebrating this special occasion and special day for Bennett and his family. So appreciate everybody coming out. We'll get started here. So first off, I just want to say to Bennett, I'm grateful that I'm had an opportunity to coach you, and I know we lost a year last year due to circumstances that we couldn't control, but I'm just very grateful and feel blessed to be able to coach you and be a small factor in your baseball career, and hopefully your long baseball career. So I appreciate you everything you do for us. Obviously, stating the obvious here, but in order to do something like sign with a Pac-12 school like the University of Oregon, you have to be a great talent in terms of baseball. And first and foremost, that's got to be number one, is you've got to be able to have the skill set in order to play at that level of baseball. Pac-12 baseball is considered some of the best in the country, and it's definitely a big honor to be able to sign with such a great school out of high school. So congratulations on that. Obviously, once you get past the physical aspect of being able to attend a D1 school like the University of Oregon, there's a lot of other factors that college coaches look for. And when college coaches were calling me about Bennett, it was a very easy conversation. Even a few of them, they asked me, like, are you just telling me what I want to hear? Like, tell me the bad things. Tell me the negatives about this kid. I laughed and I said, I'm being honest with you, I don't have any. And I said, it's never been easier to put my name on somebody in terms of recommending them to a school. Before I came to South Medford, I coached in college and at a junior college and was involved in getting people to D1 schools. And I told them, it's never been an easier conversation with college coaches in terms of the character that Bennett has and who he is on and off the field, just not only as a baseball player, but as a person. They kept digging and they kept saying, yeah, but there's got to be something, right? Tell me the negative about Bennett. I think I said, well, if I had to come up with something, I think it's just the fact that he makes you feel like you don't know the game of baseball as well as you thought you did, because it's like this 15-year-old kid. What am I supposed to tell? Every time I tell him something, he already knows it, and it's not in a know-it-all kind of way. But I told him, I said, he's the type of kid that he makes you feel a little bit more dumb in terms of the knowledge of the game of baseball. This 15-year-old kid seems to have it figured out. That's definitely a rare thing, which is not taking anything away from his teammates. It's just it's a special gift to be a catcher and understand the game of baseball the way that he does. And I think he's committed himself to understanding the game, both playing the game and just the historical aspect of it. I think if you guys have been around with Bennett a little bit, he's a walking baseball encyclopedia. I was joking with Coach Crawl the other day, and I said, yeah, I bet if you asked him, who's the 1922 World Series champions, he'd probably rattle off something, especially if it was the Yankees. But if it wasn't the Yankees, I bet
they won in 23.
Oh, see, he said, they didn't win. They won in 23, not 22. He's a walking encyclopedia. He lives the game, he eats, breathes the game, and that's obviously paid off for him in terms of his baseball career and signing with the University of Oregon. So not only the physical aspect of playing the game of baseball, but he's off the field. He has a 4.0 GPA, and that's not easy to do. And the U of O coach was asking me, are we going to have any issues with him in school and going to class? And I said, I don't think so. He's got a 4.0, and in order to play baseball, he's going to have to go to class. So he understands that his education is just as important as his playing career. And I definitely appreciate you putting attention into your schoolwork and being a good example for your teammates. Thank you. I think another thing that sets Bennett apart is just the fact that he demands excellence for himself. Not only on the field, but obviously in the classroom and just about everything that he does in life. He wants to be better, and I think that's a pretty rare thing for, when I met him, a 15, 16-year-old kid. Not many of them, I think a lot of kids that have the talent that he does, it's easy to just understand, hey, I'm pretty good and I'm better than a lot of my competition, and it's rare to find somebody that has the physical talent and all the attributes that he has and the drive to just continue to get better every single day. And I think the thing that separates Bennett is the fact that everything he does, he strives to be better at baseball. And the daily decisions he makes, the hourly decisions he makes, I think he comes down to, is this gonna have a positive effect for me or a negative effect for me? And when you do that enough days and enough months and enough years, it pays off. It's been a huge refresher for me just to be around that, just to, it's contagious, not only for the coaching staff, but for his teammates and everybody that he's around. The situation that he's been in the last couple of years, it could have been pretty easy to say, I'm arguably the best player in Southern Oregon, and I'm one of the best players in the state in my class, and it would have been easy for him just to kind of coast through that and get by on his physical skills, but it's been the complete opposite with him. Every single day he's out grinding to get better, and like I said, not only on the field, but every decision he makes in his day-to-day life dictates, is this going to help me in my baseball career? And that's paying dividends for him, so that's been very exciting to see. Just the consistency that Bennett's shown since I've coached him, and I'm sure those of you that have been around him, it doesn't matter if it's a fall ball practice in September, or it's the state championship game for Mustangs or state playoffs. Bennett's going to be doing the same thing, right? Then it's not all of a sudden, this is an important game, so I'm gonna make sure that I do things right. Everything he does is just, I'm gonna put my full effort and enthusiasm into it, and that's contagious for everybody in our program. So I appreciate that. Like I said earlier, I haven't been around somebody that's a bigger student of the game of baseball. Before I came to South Medford, I was able to coach a lot of great players at a junior college, and we had a lot of great catchers. And it's expected for an 18, 19, 20-year-old kid to not have a full grasp on pitch calling. And there's not a lot of high school catchers that are calling their own games and calling every pitch of every inning. When he was a sophomore, we had a sophomore catcher in my first year coaching here at South Medford. I didn't have to do a thing. He made my job easy. I didn't have to call pitches. I didn't have to. Did I question you once, twice that year? Maybe 2 times in 26 games. Hey, why didn't you do this? Right? Even coaching in college, and a lot of great players that went on to play at Pac-12 schools, play in the SEC, get drafted, and have great professional careers. When they were 19, 20, 21 years old in college, every single game I had 15 questions for them after the game. Hey, in the top of the 4th, we were up 6-1, and you called a 3-2 curveball, and we ended up walking a guy with 2 outs. Like, what was your thought process there, right? We're up by 6. It's early in the game. There's nobody on. There's 2 outs. Why are we throwing a curveball? And it's expected. It's a 19-year-old kid. Well, I thought that was the right call. And I didn't have that issue once with Bennett. It just shows that his knowledge of the game and the focus that he puts into his pitch calling as a catcher has definitely made him stand out at that position. So that makes it easy for me, and it's been a joy to watch. So I'm looking forward to just seeing the years grow. I touched base a little bit on this already, but just want to reiterate his character and how he handles himself on and off the field and leads by example. He doesn't cut corners, and he does everything the right way. And I think that's been infectious for our program. We've only been here for a few years, but we haven't had any issue with that. And I think it makes a big difference on the day-to-day level of baseball and moving forward and creating a positive culture for our program. And I was talking to Coach Carl the other day just about, we lost last season due to the coronavirus, and I was proud of our team. I was proud of our players for how they bounced back, and for a lot of guys, including Bennett, his graduating class, COVID has pushed back a lot of college spots, right? Because a lot of deep from the Division I, Division II, NAIA, junior college, all the way down, none of those players lost their eligibility. So a lot of guys last year playing in the Pac-12, they played 19, 20 games, and then the coronavirus happened and their season got shut down, and none of them lost any eligibility. And from a college athletic standpoint, that creates a big problem, right? Because you're used to losing a graduating class, you're used to losing guys to the draft, and that's why you have a lot of guys coming in. It's that constant, it's, as many as you're losing, you're bringing in a little bit more, hoping that some of them work out. And when COVID happened last year, it brought up a unique position for Bennett's class in terms of just colleges are running out of spots, and it's going to have a long-lasting effect on athletics. And the great thing about Bennett is just who he's been for his entire life and his baseball career is it paid dividends for him, because it was hard talking to college coaches, and every single one of them said, we don't have scholarships to give out. They just don't exist anymore, because we're not losing anybody to the draft, we're not losing anybody to graduating, and we just don't have spots for people. And so my biggest fear, not only for Bennett, for some of the other players in our program, is just the availability to play at the next level. And I think the way that you conducted yourself, and there was enough people that could put your name on their stamp, so to speak, and I'm just very happy that we were able to find a spot for you and get you signed on. So congratulations on that. I have one quick story. I don't know if he would want me to tell this story, but I have one quick story regarding him signing at the University of Oregon. So anybody that's been around Bennett, they know that he grew up a pretty diehard Beavers fan, right? Beavers baseball, Oregon State baseball. And when he was young, they had some great teams and won some national championships. And I think if you're a diehard baseball fan in the state of Oregon, it was pretty easy to be a Beavers fan, right? And so when we were going through it, I was contacting University of Oregon, contacting Oregon State, and Oregon State had signed a catcher from the Portland area pretty early on. He's an early signee prior to COVID happening and shutting everything down. And Oregon State was kind of on the fence, and they just said, we've got our class kind of finalized, and maybe it'll work out for a walk-on type situation, but we just don't have any scholarships to hand out. And so I was talking to Bennett, and I had some conversations with the University of Oregon, and when it came down to it, he decided to verbally commit to the University of Oregon. The next day when I saw him, before I even had a chance to say anything, he said exactly what was on my mind. He said, I grew up a Beavers fan, and I grew up a diehard Oregon State fan, but now I have the opportunity to compete against them and be on the other side of the field and prove them wrong. And as a coach, that's exactly what I was going to say, and that's exactly what I wanted to hear is great players, even though they're ahead of their competition or their class or their competition, they find a way to put a chip on their shoulder, right? The Michael Jordans of the world that are just they find a way to be the underdog. And before I had a chance to say anything, Bennett said, I'm going to go out there and prove them wrong. And it wasn't in any kind of negative way or he had any malice towards Oregon State. He understood kind of the process and how things unfolded with the early signing and COVID happening. So I didn't take it in a negative way. I took it in the most positive ways. I'm going to have a chance to compete against them and play in the Pac-12 and show them that they made a mistake in the best possible way. So I thought that was a testament to his character and his work ethic. I didn't ask you before, but did you want to say anything? It's not easy. Look at all these people staring at us. So I just want to thank everybody who helped Bennett get to this day. So obviously the blood, sweat, and tears, so to speak, Bennett had to put the time in, put the work in throughout his life, but it takes a village to get to this point and to have such a great accomplishment. It doesn't solely rest on Bennett's shoulders. So anybody that was involved throughout his baseball career, I want to thank you guys, from his parents to his siblings and the sacrifice that you guys made as a family. I know there are probably positive sacrifices traveling for baseball. I want to thank you guys for that. All of his teammates and coaches, prior coaches, see some umpires here in the stands, so I know you guys had a say in all the conversations that you guys had with him. So anybody that was involved with Bennett's career up to this point, just want to say thank you. And it takes a village to get to where we are today, and so give you guys a quick round of applause. Lastly, I just want to say I'm thankful for the opportunity to do this. I've never had to do this before. I've never had to speak at a national letter of intent signing, so I appreciate the experience, and I'm looking forward to hopefully doing it with some of your teammates and some of the future Panthers. So this is a great experience for me and for everyone. So that being said, congratulations on the big accomplishment, and I know that this is a dream come true. I know personally just know that this is a step in the direction of where you want to be. And so congratulations on one dream coming true, and I'm looking forward to continuing watching you work and keep moving forward to the dreams that you have. All right, is there anybody else that would like to say anything? Open mic. Karaoke. No? All right, well, that being said, I think it's time to sign here.
I think so. And hands might be a little shaky, so we'll see.
So if anybody wants to hang around and take some pictures, we're going to open up the field. We're going to start with Bennett's family, so if you guys want to come down, we'll get some pictures taken.
See if we can-
Anybody want to stick around and
Interview real quick, and then we can shut off.
take some pictures or give Bennett congratulations, you're more than willing to do so.
Cheese ball. Cheese ball. Well, okay. So, in a student athlete's career, there's several times when you have to write. SATs, signing, what was it like signing that piece of paper?
It felt good. A little cold, so it was a little shaky. Had to make sure I spelled my name right, all good things.
Cross the T's,
Exactly, I know. I had to remember what day it was. I think it's the 11th, so if I messed
Veterans
it up.
Day, you'll always remember
It is.
Veterans Day.
Exactly, November 11th, so yeah, it was a good feeling putting the pen to the paper.
Was it green ink?
It wasn't, unfortunately. I know
It was an Oregon pen.
it was an Oregon pen,
Yeah, it was an Oregon pen, but it wasn't green ink.
Yeah.
But so Bennett Thompson, you're now officially a sign-on at the University of Oregon. Besides congratulations, what's going through your head? Is it real?
Yeah, obviously it's a little surreal right now.
Yeah.
I think as time progresses on and it gets closer to moving on to campus and starting with the Ducks, it'll get more and more real every day. Just thank God for this opportunity that he's given me to play the game I love.
Absolutely. So now, what's it going to be with the first day on campus when you walk into the bookstore?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
What are you going to study?
I'm undecided right now.
Yeah. So general ed stuff?
Yeah, probably.
Pre-law, pre-med, it's all the same.
Exactly, yeah. Might do some... I've been interested in physical therapy, so maybe physical therapy or kinesiology.
Oh, nice.
Or mathematics major. One of those two. I've been looking into.
Mathematics,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Boy, so now, as Caleb and I were sitting here talking, it's okay, you're 4.0, you're, D1 athlete, all this kind of stuff. What do you do for fun?
I play a lot of baseball. I have a wiffle ball field at my house, and
nice.
I play some wiffle ball.
Fortnite?
I just love to play baseball.
Fortnite, Madden?
I don't play a lot of video games. I play PGA 2K21.
Okay.
I just love to play sports in general. I grew up playing football. I played football all the way up until 2 years ago. I used to play basketball. I'd still go outside and shoot hoops, you know.
There
So
you
just
go.
anything. I love to be outside. I love to be playing sports, you know, especially growing up in Southern Oregon. We get a lot of good weather, especially during the summer. So,
A little chilly at the moment, but
and yeah, it's a little chilly, you know, but it's
you
middle of
got,
November.
some goosebumps.
Yeah, just a couple. I got a sweatshirt waiting for me back there. So.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. So now what's the process from here now besides all the celebration? What's the process?
It's just going back to work, you know, preparing myself for when I'm a freshman and officially step on campus, you know. There's still a lot of work that has to be done before then. Still got senior year out here on this field to take care of. Obviously, getting it done in the classroom, continuing to get good grades, you know, putting in work in the weight room because, you know, our season, because of COVID-19 and all that stuff, isn't going to start until May.
Right.
You know, we're not going to start games. So we got 6 months now until our first game. A lot of time to just keep getting stronger, get faster, you know, just keep improving myself in any way possible, you know, all those good things. So
There you go. Well, now, you know, the Ducks just gained a lot more Southern Oregon fans, I'm sure.
yeah, I'm hoping so, yeah.
That's good. All right. So Bennett Thompson signing his letter of intent with the Ducks. We're going to kind of show you some of the family over here. Let him get over there to that. We'll take a break and we'll kind of sign it up. But congratulations, man. Way to go. Way to go.
Appreciate it.
All right. We'll get that headset off you there and
All right.
go over there. You got some fans that want to say hi. Let's pan over and show the fans and stuff over there and let them see what's happening. So all the fans here checking out Bennett and his family. We'll let you enjoy some of the festivities here and see what everybody's doing. Kind of a nice event for him to get to sign and have his family here and get some pictures. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Gonna get in there and get some family pictures taken and.
Well, just because we're close to each other all the time.
Yeah, you're fine. Go ahead. Stace. The Carls are over here. Everybody's taking the pictures and getting all surrounded and big moment. So Bennett signs his letter of intent. He's learned how to do that O symbol, giving that big O.
Jack is sent a picture of himself while he's watching it. So.
Jack wants a picture in there.
Yeah, we'll Photoshop Jack in.
Nice cool night out here. Huh? Boy, I'll tell you. There he is, all his family, all proud of him. Everybody with the big cheesy smile.
Girlfriend has to get in here, but
Getting all the photos taken.
did you see I was on my toes? So in the picture, I think I got the height.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll sign off for now, but we do want to thank you for being with us here tonight. And as Bennett signs his letter to play at the University of Oregon, good for him. Congratulations. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you again for our next college signing here on TableRockSports.net.
A parent, dad in the stands yelling at his kid, trying to coach him from the bleachers, and the embarrassment on the kid's face. It looked like he was about to cry while playing the game.
I think it's very embarrassing for a student athlete to see their parents being escorted out of the gym or off the playing field.
I'd be surprised if that kid comes back to the game.
And you risk a child enjoying the game, that you rob them of the fun, you have made a bad choice.
The days grow long, and the last school bell rings, calling you to pack a bag, grab the kids, and hit the road to that fabled land of green, where adventure drifts with you on the water and carries you through the trees. So let curiosity get the best of you and take the trail less traveled to Southern Oregon. Your journey begins when you travel Medford.